collaborate on a GitHub project. So if you're a user, for example, here I am logged in as a certain user, and I know that I am a collaborator on a different project. There are several ways to search for that project. So for example, the first way is if you go to the top repositories and you've accessed that repository recently, it should be here. I'm looking for this one actually, okay? And I could go there, and here are the files of that repository, and I can download this to my computer using the GitHub desktop, for example. If you want to see how to do that, there's a link on your top right to that video. Another way that you can do this, if you go back to your user in the dashboard, is that you can just find repository and click on there, and then you see an extension of all the repositories that you collaborate and that you own, right? And the repositories usually have the user that owns that repository and then a URL with the name of the repository. Lastly, the last place where you can go and search for a repository, not the last place, but one other place where you can go and search for a repository is on this little search box here at the top. You click on it, okay? And you can start by Googling the repository, for example. You can say / and then I know that it's at the cert recipes, and it's right here. I can go there. What if it doesn't show up for whatever reason? Another thing that I can do is I can type the word owner and then colon and type the name of the owner. So in this case, well, here you can see the owners that you collaborate with. They're gonna show up here, but you can type this owner and then it'll take you here. It'll tell you what the repositories of this owner are, and you can click on there and then jump directly to it, and you can see the files. Now to start collaborating, like we said, you can clone the repository to your computer, or another thing is you can just go directly here. So let's say I'm going to add a file here. I'm going to create a new file, and because these are dessert recipes, this dessert is going to be tiramisu. Tiramisu. And I'm going to put some of the ingredients, and I'm going to put flour, coffee, frosting, etc. And then directions, and here I'm going to put how to make it. So mix this and that, and so on and so forth. I can do that, right? Now, my file, I don't just want to name it tiramisu. There's advantages if you do name it with an extension, which means putting a period and then a couple letters at the end. So txt for plain text files, which are these. It's just text. There's no formatting, no titles, nothing, right? It just takes an advantage because your computer knows how to open these files. So I'm going to commit the changes as usual. This is first tiramisu recipe. And I'm going to commit this change. I'm also going to change the pound cake recipe. I'm going to add another ingredient to this one. So I'm going to edit this file, and I'm going to create another ingredient here, which is eggs 2, for example. Just added something to this. And I'm going to commit the changes. Egg-based recipe now. And I've done all the modifications that I want into this repository that I collaborate in. And all the things are there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one, which is how does the other person that you're collaborating with get your changes? Thanks.